Welcome to Heavy Metal Monday. Hey, it's Micah Pagliano coming here live from Varsity House Gym. Welcome back to another edition of Heavy Metal Monday. Okay guys, so today we're going to talk about the pause free squat. You're going to see a video of me and two of my other training partners. One, Coach Joey Mack, which you've seen before on an earlier show. He's one of our coaches here at Varsity House Gym. And another one, another guy with us is Joe Power Pro, Joe Marciano. He's had the most appearances on Heavy Metal Monday. And they're my two training partners for today. And you're going to see us going through the free squat with a pause with bands, adding another variation. Now, I like to do the free squat with a pause at the bottom a lot because I think it helps athletes and your clients understand the free squat. Now, for some reason, the free squat is much more harder to adapt to. We do a lot of box squatting here, especially with our college athletes, because when they're at their schools, they really don't do a lot of box squatting. They do mostly free squatting. So when they're here with us, we really try to do a lot of box squatting, and we really think it carries over great to to anaerobic type, hard sprinting type sports and stuff like that. So we use the box squat a lot. But when we do free squat, you see a lot of inconsistencies with the free squat, and most of them is really depth. How low should they go, where their hips need to be, and you see a lot of inconsistencies. So with the pause, it really gets me the opportunity to control their depth. And you'll see in the video, I've added a band on each side, and we're going to go through a couple warm-up sets. We're going to hit a couple singles, and then we're going to hit top end. We'll hit a top end set of 3, all right? And then we'll talk about a little bit about what I expect to see when you guys pause free squat. And make sure now, at the end of the show, we're into my heavy metal album of the week. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, up. Good. That's your best step so far, Joe. Get down. 3, 2, 1, up. Good, Joe. Hit it. 3, 2, 1, up. Your best step, so good job. Stay tight. Come on, Joe. Stay tight, go. That hole, tight. Tight. Come on. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Tight, brother. You're good. You're good. Come on, Joe. Fuck the doctor. Come on. Yep. Nice. Go. Come on, big boy. 3, 2, 1, up. 3, 2, 1, up. Come on, Mike, one more. Come on, Mike. 3, 2, 1, up. And. Okay guys, so there you have it. That was the pause free squat. I held for about a 4-second count. That 4th second was up, and we fired up. I'm real stickler on depth and really trying to make sure that your depth is consistent. The way I really try to get my athletes to make sure that they're hitting the same depth is I try to give them the understanding that the hip and knee need to be aligned. They don't have to sit below parallel, but they can't do a knee shrug. They have to get at least parallel and the best of their ability. Now, you're gonna have some athletes, especially some of your tall wide receivers, even some of your tall basketball players and stuff like that have really, really long femurs. And this is pretty hard for them to do, so just kind of work with them a little bit, just kind of help. And that's the reason why I think the pause at the bottom of the free squat has so much carryover, because they can sit, they can feel their depth, be in control, nice and tight, and you can really see who has some strong abdominal control, definitely when you're sitting at the bottom there of a pause squat. Guys who you can see the ab strength is lacking a little bit, they don't really stay. I've had a couple guys where they come down and I can't count because they're still kind of like moving a little bit. Like, I need you to get down and hold it, stop, and then be ready to go. So the pause free squat, like I said, if you have individuals have a really hard time with just free squatting, very inconsistent, try the pause at the bottom. Today, as you can tell, me and my training partners added the band on each side, and they did a really good job of holding, staying tight. We did a 3, 2, 1 up, and on up, that 4th second was a fire and exploding up. So that's it. That's the pause free squat. Now we're going to move on to my heavy metal album of the week. And today we're going to talk about a band that we've talked a lot about here on the show, and that's the band Disturbed. Disturbed has put out a lot of great albums. You know, they've recently had a new album. They're on tour right now, and I think their albums really progressed really great throughout the years. The first album, Sickness, it's a fantastic album. It's my personal favorite album by them. Okay, but a lot of people debate whether or not The Sickness and 10,000 Fists are their best album. Now they've come out with Indestructible. They've come out with the newest album, Immortalized. Now they've done, you know, what else? Am I missing another album? I may be missing another album, but the album I want to talk about today is Believe. Believe, in my eyes, is a fantastic album and gets looked past a lot because how good 10,000 Fists is and how good The Sickness is. But if you listen to that album, Believe, from start to finish, there's some real good quality songs on that album. So they don't really play too many songs from Believe on tour when they're in concert because a lot of their most famous songs are from The Sickness, from 10,000 Fists, from Indestructible, which they play a lot of stuff from. And obviously now they're on tour for the Immortalized album, so they're obviously play a lot of that stuff. But they kind of don't play a lot of stuff in the album Believe, and I really think it kind of gets looked past a little bit. It's very similar to Godsmack's album of 4. 4 has like Enemy and Speak the Truth on it. I think it's a kick butt album, but it always gets looked past because of how good Faceless is and how good their self-titled album is and stuff like that. But you guys can't look past how good some of those middle albums are. So Believe, the album by Disturbed, is the album of the week. If you're a Disturbed fan and you kind of lack and listen to that album, I was talking to a friend earlier of mine who's a really big Disturbed fan, probably one of his favorite bands. I sent him a text the other day saying, go listen to Believe again, because he's always like, Believe's not that, great compared to some of the others. I'm like, no, this is a solid album. So if you had the opportunity, listen to the album Believe by Disturbed. Really some cool songs. You won't be disappointed. Okay, guys, that's it for me. If you have any questions, please get them to me as soon as you can. Make sure you check us out here at varsityhousegym.com. I'll see you guys all next week. And until then, stay heavy.